Hi, hello, welcome to IAS Factors Daily Mains Challenge. Today is day 7 with me, Arjun or Shankar. So let's immediately go into the main strategy class and let's get the roadmap and the topic for the day. So let's quickly start on and do subscribe to our channel and do follow the Telegram channel. And 20 minutes is the timer, as you know. You'll get exactly 20 minutes to learn the topic and then write the topic. And today, I think today's topic is very important. I should say this is one such topic with the aspirants don't learn because you have seen this topic, you tend to come across this topic in the newspaper, but you don't learn it because it is really uninteresting to learn. That is the reason why a lot of people know this, but you do not uh, bother to go in depth and find this out. That is why we have this topic. Today we are starting with the four labor codes because recently four labor codes come into force, reforming 29 plus existing laws. So, what are the labor codes and how is it helping the workers? That is the topic that we are discussing. Take a look at this. Big workforce reform. Four labor codes made effective to simplify and streamline labor laws. So, new labor codes. What has changed? Look at the old and the new versus the reforms. And previously, take a look at this. All these are latest articles, various newspapers, which gives you the complete Indian Express, which says India implements four new labor code. Trade union demands withdrawal call for protest on November 26th. So there are different versions and there are different expression, there are different feedbacks coming from different directions of the society. So first of all, you need to know simplification of the complex law. Now we say there are 29, so before understand we had more than 44 different central labor law, very confusing, overlapping, and contradictory. So now all of this 44 to 29 is all submerged within the concept of the four major codes. So you need to know what are the four major codes, and most of them were drafted in pre-independence era, and the new concepts like platform work, gig economy, all these were not even part of that. So now the structure of the four code, please remember, one is the code on wages, second is the industrial relation code, third is the social security code, and third is the OSH and working condition, safety, health. So these are the most important codes. So you should be knowing about in detail, know what is this codes all about. So when you see that a new code is going to come, so what exactly is going to simplify? That is the first question. What is it going to simplify? It is going to simplify and merge a lot of things. So each and every code, what is code on wages, what is code on industrial relation, what is social code, security code, know what each codes does to everything. That is the first thing to start off this class. Okay, so know the structure and what are the key reforms. So first of all, know about the four things, what they are capable of, what they will bring, what is the impact that the four things will create is the first thing. Then know about what are the important reforms introduced. So definitely there will be a lot of reforms as a part of this. What is that? Know about this. And most important thing being, how do you think the workers will be benefited? It was basically created for the workers, the people who are working. How are the workers really going to benefit from this code is the next important aspect. And how will be the employers' benefits? It's the workers' benefit one side, so there are employers. If there are no employers, there will be no workers. So, what is the ultimate thing for the employer here? Maybe we'll have to find it out. And what is the speciality of gig and platform workers? So, the first time in history, gig workers are recognized in law because national, state level gig welfare boards are proposed. So funding comes from platform aggregators like Swiggy, Ola, Uber. So all these Zomato, the gig workers are recognized as a part of the code, which is a very heartening change. So know how that will transform their lives. And what about the migrant workers? Because we need to have interstate migrant worker database, journey allowance, free annual health checkup for workers and hazardous occupations where they work. So mandatory database will be a great step forward. And what is the industrial relations dimension? So, within the industries, how do you think this is going to be perceived? That is also very important that you need to be fine. What are the social security dimension? Because every time when we talk about workers, every time when we talk about people working, you equate this with the social security. So what are the social security dimensions that we need to look at this point is something that we need to know. And what is the economic impact of that? You're going to create this major four codes. How do you think is going to impact the economy of India? Because ultimately all of this will contribute to the betterment of the betterment of the industries and various sectors. And in totality, when you look at the larger perspective, how do you think it is impacting the economy of India as a whole? That is also a larger thing to be learned. And what is the administrative setup? We learn this for everything. What are the important officers, certain things, certain officers that will be very key and crucial in this? What about that? Understand that too. And what is the federalism dimension? India being a so Indian in Indian context, there are different type of laws. So how do you think the center and the states are going to be a part of this, and how does this equation really fit in? Will also be a key question to be discussed. And compare it with the global dimension, with the international dimension, say International Labour Organization. UK's you have the ERA, which is the Employment Rights Act, and European Union's OSH directive. Japan has the harmonized wage system. We have this four codes. So what exactly are the international comparison between this? And definitely, when you roll out this from 44 to 29 to 4 labor laws or the codes, what do you think is going to be the implementation challenges in India? There, I'm sure there will be a lot of challenges. So, knowing this is also very important. So, know all this dimension. And lastly, we're talking about what is the approach between welfare and growth. How do you balance welfare? One side you have the welfare, and the other side you need to grow hard. So, what is the balance between welfare and growth? So, discuss about all these dimensions. And now, let's discuss the today's question. Day 7, 10 marks, 150 words, 2 pages you have to write. The four labor codes seek to balance worker welfare with industrial flexibility. The same thing that I just asked you to understand. So the four critically analyze whether so you need to understand how the four labor code is going to balance worker welfare and industrial flexibility. With examples, if you can write, that will be great. And the second part you have to write, how can this balance, whether the codes, how do you think the code can achieve this balance in India's diverse labor ecosystem? So first of all, you need to give out with examples and how we seek to balance and analyze. And the next part, analyze how this, whether the codes can achieve this balance. Can we achieve this balance of worker welfare and industrial flexibility is the larger thing. So 2 pages, try to write this question. So prepare well, because this is a very important area, can be a very prospective question for the mains too. Okay, so do subscribe to our channel IAS Factor and do follow. See you tomorrow with the next day. Thank you.